Hey, welcome to another episode of the Teemania show. I'm the T. So, yesterday was night 2 of WrestleMania. It was a pretty good show. I'm gonna dive right into it. It started off with the national anthem. It was sung by a country singer. I'm not familiar who she was, but she did sound good. So this led straight to the video package that they did with I guess they call it the cold opening, with the Jack Sparrow parody and the wrestlers doing epic cool stuff. Um, so exactly like night one, nothing different. Um, After that was Titus and Hogan came out. They both came out dressed as pirates. They cut some corny jokes, and I don't know. The crowd was booing Hogan. It was so weird. Every time Hogan opened up his mouth, they went boo, and every time Titus opened his mouth, they cheered. I don't know who idea it was to have Hogan co-host it, but man. Looking at the set, looking at them dressed up as pirates makes me really miss Kairi Sane's. I had to switch locations again. But as I was saying before, looking at them set of costumes and the whole pirate thing made me really miss Kairi Sane. I miss her and Oscar being together. They had some great chemistry and stories together. Okay, so our first match was Randy Orton dressed in white. I don't think I've ever seen him in white wrestling trunks. Dressed in white versus the Fiend. So Randy got us out of there. He took his damn time to get in that ring too. He gets this out of there, and then there was a box. It's a jack in a box, and Alexa comes out, and Alexa is doing her. She's, what do you call it? I guess cranking the box, the jack in the box. So as she cranks it, the Fiend comes out, which is cool because his mask is fixed. He got a new top. At first, I didn't think it was a Fiend. Honestly, he looks a lot slimmer. But every scene that we haven't seen him in has been very brief. And in this scenario, this match, they brought back the Fiend red lighting. So it was kind of hard for me to tell if that was really Bray Wyatt or not. This match wasn't all that great. You know, Randy did a couple of moves to him. He did maybe like 3 DDTs to him and some other stuff. And Fiend did a couple of things to Randy, but they never really got out the ball. So at some point, Alexa disappears, and when she reappears, she's on top of the Jack in the Box, and there's black goo coming out of her forehead and on her face and everything like that. This distracts the Fiend. Okay. When it distracts him and everything, Randy hits him with the RKO. Once he hits him with the RKO, he pins him. RKO, he pins him 1-2-3, and that's it. And the Fiend gets up and he looks back at Alexa. Every time I say Alexa, my thing goes off. But he looks at her and they stare at each other. It looks like maybe they're gonna break him up. Maybe she's gonna turn heel. I don't know what the case may be. But I am tired of the Fiend and Bray Wyatt altogether. And of course, okay, I gave that match 2 out of 5 stars. It was kind of corny. I'm not lying to you. It was kind of corny. In my opinion, it was straight up corny. Okay, so after that we had some backstage tomfoolery with Hogan and Titus again. This time they're joined by Bischoff, and Bayley walks up. And she does her beautiful Bayley stick, and they all leave her. Next up is Tamina and Natalya versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, who are the SmackDown Women Tag Champions. The crowd is cheering for Tamina. I was cheering for Tamina, and the crowd was cheering for Tamina. It was pretty cool. But the match was slow moving, and everyone's botched a move more than a few times, and the crowd wasn't into it like it was in the beginning. It took them a while. It seemed like once Tamina got knocked out, they lost their interest. Their interest in the match, and which sucks. Because these women are trying to do their best. They're trying to do their best, and no offense, I can't do it, but no one is blowing my mind inside the match. Anyway, Tamina, when she's knocked out, she gets back up and she gets back to the ring, and it's supposed to be like this King Kong versus Godzilla moment between her and Nia Jax, and it kind of just fell flat. It just, I don't know, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, you know. Um, but Nia Jax and Shayna won, and I don't know, I don't know. I gave that match 2 out of 5 stars. I mean, we want women wrestling to be great. We do. This is actually making me want Becky Lynch to come back, and I'm not a Becky Lynch fan, to be honest with you. I'm not. Anyway, after this match, we have Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Now, I said the other day, I really don't need to see this match because I've seen these guys wrestle hundreds of times. I've seen it. But here we are. We're watching the wrestle, and this was a fantastic match. These guys were going at it, move per move. And listen, these moves were vicious. These were some vicious moves from these guys. And we're talking backbreakers. We're talking necks. We're talking haluva kicks and power bombs and stunners. Moves on the outside. Like, they was doing some painful shit. You know, but it was a very enjoyable match, and I really liked it. I really liked it. So towards the end, Owens gives a stunner. That's how he wins 1, 2, 3. And Logan Paul gets into the ring. Logan Paul was there. He gets into the ring, and he helps Sammy up. And as he helps Sammy up, he goes to go shake Kevin Owens' hands. When he wants to go shake Kevin Owens' hands, Sammy goes, "Oh, you're supposed to be my friend, blah, blah, blah. I asked you to come out here, da, 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 da." And then Logan Paul, he pushes him. So Sammy leaves and everything. So Logan goes to go grab KO's hand, and KO, you know what I mean, he stunned him. And Logan sold it pretty good. Like I said, this was an excellent match. This was a fan. You're not going to get a bad match out of these two. They do take it up a level when they go at it. You know what I mean? So I gave this actually 4 out of 5 stars. I gave the whole thing. Okay, so backstage we have Riddle, and Riddle is talking to the Great Khali, and he's telling the Great Khali, you know, Khali, we can go into our business and do this and a third together, you know. And Khali responds to him, but Matt Riddle doesn't understand what he's saying, so Matt Riddle calls for a translator, and out comes RVD. So this is the first time RVD and Matt Riddle has been together on the same screen. You know, so it was cool to see these two together. Matt Riddle, I'm sorry, RVD said, "You know what? I got these rolling papers," and he said he gotta go, and that was that. And it was a cool segment, man. It was cool to see those three together. Even, you know, with Khali there, it was cool to see that. Okay, so this match that led to Sheamus versus Riddle. Again, this is another excellent hard hitting match. They were doing some stuff. They was doing kicks, suplexes, power bombs to one another. Like, the whole match was fantastic. Matt Riddle is a fantastic wrestler. Sheamus is a fantastic wrestler. These guys together put on a show. I've seen them wrestle a couple of times. I think they was on SmackDown. I think again on Raw. But the match they had here tonight, probably the best I've seen them wrestle. Towards the end of the match, because Sheamus was getting up a hand, but towards the end of the match, Matt Riddle went to Riddle, I guess. He goes for a lion salt. As he already do lion salt, Sheamus hits him with the bro kick, and it was he flipped and he kicked him as he in midair. This busted Matt Riddle up, but Sheamus got to 1, 2, 3, and then Sheamus wins the U.S. title. I think it's his third time as a U.S. champion. Okay, after that we have a commercial, and it's Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was on his truck. He's getting off his truck, and he meets up with Triple H. And Triple H, "Hey, you did fantastic on WrestleMania last night, but you know it's time to go do your thing. You know, do what you're good at." So he hands him this briefcase. Bad Bunny takes it and he gets him back on top of his truck and shit. When he gets back on the truck, he opens it up, and it's a golden microphone with a skull on it. And I thought that was really cool. And, you know, Basically, they promoting his tour for 2022. I like Bad Bunny. I like his music. You know, if he comes out this way, I'll go check him out. After that, we have Big E versus Apollo Crews in a Nigerian drum fight for the IC title. Big E's our champion. Okay, so Wale does Big E's entrance. Big E got a ginormous reaction from the crowd. They were cheering for him as he worked his way down. He walked down and everything, and he did his thing. And then Apollo came out. You know, he came out to a mixed reaction, but he looked good. You know, these guys look good. They look strong. He got inside there. He didn't have the spear this time. He had something similar, but it wasn't the spear. Anyway, these guys were going at it. You know what I mean? I kind of think they're a little similar. Except Apollo is just a little bit more agile, or more of an athlete. You know what I mean? But they are very similar in their style of wrestling, though, if that makes any sense. So anyway, this was a great match. It was hard hitting. They did some stuff with the steps. The funny thing about it is, though, it's called a Nigerian drum match, and in my head, I pictured something different. I thought they was going to actually hit each other with the drums at some point, but none of that even happened. Tables, chairs, and staircases, and kento sticks, yeah, that all came into play, but nothing with the drums. It's kind of disappointing. Now, Big E was about to win this. Yes, Big E was about to win this. He was talking some good trash too, and out of nowhere came. I'm gonna mess up this brother's name, but he used to be on Shane's Raw Underground. I'm just gonna say Daba. Daba came, and he was dressed as a general, an African general or a Nigerian general, and he bops Big E, and then that leaves Apollo to get the 1-2 trade, and Apollo is now the Intercontinental Champion. I thought this was a good match. I thought it could have been better, but I thought it was a good match nonetheless. I'm gonna give this 3 out of 5 stars. After that, they showed the class of 2001, which is different from the class of 2000. I said class of 2001. They showed the class of 2021. I'm sorry, and this was great. This was a good, great class. We had Kane, Molly Holly, Ozzy Osbourne, the Great Khali. They had another person too I'm not familiar with, so I'm sorry for leaving his name out. But I believe that he did win a Warrior Award, and anyone who wins that award, you know, they have a lot of heart. Everything they do is out of heart and courage. So respect to that man also. But it was a great looking class. Both classes were good looking. Okay, so after this we have Rhea Ripley versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. They did this great package before it started. This video package was awesome. Rhea Ripley. Okay, Rhea Ripley looks like a superstar. She looks like she's money. She's strong. She's tall. She's beautiful. She looks like a rock star or something. She looks like everything that no offense to this woman. She looks like everything that Ruby Riott wants to be. No offense to Ruby Riott with the punk look and everything, and I'm pretty sure that's how she is. It's just Rhea just pulls it off a lot better. Okay. So anyhow, these ladies, they get into the ring, they just start fighting, and Asuka just starts whooping on her ass. Look, Asuka is a great technician and a great brawler, a great striker, and she was letting that show in this match, and she was tearing old girl's ass up for a while. She was. But you know, at some point it started becoming 50-50. Rhea was given to her, and Asuka was giving it back. Whenever Rhea was doing it, she was definitely playing up the hill rope because she was trying to humiliate Asuka at some points. You know, she tried to out wrestle Asuka, which is something that you can't do. So I think it was best that Rhea just stuck with her power moves because she's a lot better than that than actually trying to do like chain wrestling with Asuka. But towards the end of the match, Asuka gave Rhea this nasty looking DDT. It was cool looking. But she get this nasty DDT from the apron down to the floor, and like boom. But Rhea Ripley did win with the Riptide, and I said before, I think this is probably for the best because I think Oscar has been there during the pandemic era. And it's time for some new faces to wear that belt. It's just how it is. I give this match 3 out of 5 stars. It was good though. It was good. Again, we have Hogan and Titus comes out, and when they come out, Bailey is behind them, and Bailey said, "Listen, I've been trying to help you guys host these things for like the last 2 nights, blase blase," and they basically ignore her. And out comes the Bella Twins, and I don't really care for the Bella Twins. Out comes the Bella Twins, and when they come out, they basically attack her. They attack her. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's pointless. Okay, so after that dumb thing, was the main event, which was Daniel Bryan. Edge came out looking slick. The white and red outfit, and my man's Roman Reigns. Okay, each guys came out to a great ovation. I knew this was gonna be like a fight. This was gonna be a battle between these guys. So Roman started attacking both of them. He had to help with Jay. Jay was like super kicking and blase blase. At some point, Jay gets taken out and he heads to the back and everything. Edge started doing some nasty moves to Roman, nasty moves to Daniel. Everything was looking smooth. Everything was looking great from on Edge point. Daniel was doing his thing too. This was a healthy, nice triple threat match. This is a triple threat match where everyone did something. Not someone rolls out while other two will wrestle or something like that. No, every man was doing his thing inside of it. At one point, Edge does a reverse. My phone was ringing. Edge does a reversal to Roman's spear. That looked great. They both did a spear on each other. There was this one this one spot where Roman gets a hold of Daniel Bryan, and he takes him to the announce table, and he gets ready to powerbomb him through it, and it was so cool looking because the crowd was just like, Roman sucks, and he was sucking it in, he was eating it up. This really showed how good his heel character is. He needed to do this heel character some time ago, a few years ago. He should have been got on this joint. So anyhow, he's puts him through the table and everything. But Daniel, he gets out there. He still gets up there and help. This leads to Edge hitting everybody with the chair. Knocks out Roman. Knocks out Daniel. And here comes Jey Uso. He makes his way back. Once Jey Uso makes his way back, he hits Edge, and then Roman gets up and boom, hits him, and he stacks them on top of one another and pins 1, 2, 3. And Roman retains. He keeps his title. This was an excellent match. My description is not as good as it should be when trying to describe this match, but I'm letting you know that this was worth watching over and over again. These 3 men put on a great show, and that was WrestleMania. Now I feel that WrestleMania Night 1 was slightly better, but WrestleMania Part 2 was good too. Just not as good as the first one, but it was good. Anyway, I am the T. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the T. Add me to your Xbox at teemania.